Hi everybody, it's Melanie here on YouTube, SkyMoon 1982. So today is day 9 of the 12 days of Christmas. I have another video being posted actually today because I missed yesterday, so look out for day 8. And it's actually an update on myself uh, about my annual doctor's appointment. And I had a fluoroscopy done and a video of my esophagus, and I also got a slight fill. So if you want more information on that, go to the previous video before this one. Okay, so today's topic for the 12 days of Christmas is going to be, where did I get my motivation from, or how to get it? Did I ever lose it, or was I straightforward with it and never lost it? This is a good topic for me. First of all, my motivation came from, obviously if you have weight loss surgery, is you really need to be at the end of your rope. Kind of need to be a little bit desperate to lose all the weight. It is the last straw. It is the final answer to losing the weight, right? So along with that, you also have to change yourself mentally. Weight loss surgery is one thing, but you also need to change yourself mentally. I cannot stress that enough. If you don't have the mental part of it, I highly doubt it's going to work. You need to change yourself up here first. So with that said, something clicked in my head. I was scared all the way up to my liquid diet. And I was like, with the liquid diet, before you have weight loss surgery, you know that you're supposed to have, you're supposed to be on 2 weeks of liquids before your surgery and then 2 weeks after. So that meant a whole month of liquids, right? So I kept saying to myself, am I going to do this? Am I going to do this? Am I going to be able to do this? Can I go a whole month of doing liquids? And then the day that I actually started my liquids, it was like a light bulb went up in my head, and I was like, this is it. This is me changing my life, and I'm going and I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna make it this time. So of course I had to change myself mentally, and that had a big part to do with it. I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew that if I had weight loss surgery, I knew that I had to put in the work. I knew that I had to change my eating habits. I knew that I had to go on a diet. I knew I had to exercise. So from that day forth of my liquid diet, the 2 weeks before weight loss surgery, I kicked ass. I did my liquids. I exercised 2 times a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. I mean, I kicked ass all the way up to my surgery, and I had lost 20 pounds before my surgery. So after that, it wasn't long until I started exercising again. I think I only waited about a week and a half to start exercising. Of course, I started off very slow on the treadmill. I was fresh out of surgery. I didn't want to put any pressure, so I was probably doing, I don't know, maybe 3.4, 3.5 on the treadmill. And it's very, very important for you to start out slow and then progress yourself up in speed wise on the treadmill. I've said that I've learned that the hard way, that I can't start going fast, and then it doesn't work like that. You have to start slow and then work your way up. As you're becoming comfortable with your speed, keep on pressing a speed up. If you're doing, I don't know, 3.3 today, tomorrow why don't you try 3.4, and if you can't handle 3.4, go back to 3.3 and then go back up to 3.4 another day, and just so forth and so forth until you feel comfortable. You also have to control your breathing skills. I'm a person that has asthma, so I have to really control my breathing skills. I have to take deep breaths in and out, and then, also something that got me motivated as well was I used to post pictures. I had my treadmill. I worked out from my house, okay? All of my weight came off from the treadmill, and I never went to the gym, and I always worked out at, at the pleasure of my home. So I had pictures. I had cut out magazine pictures of people I had thought I wanted to look like. In these pictures, which were in front of me every single day for about 5 times a week. I used to look at it while I was exercising and doing 5Ks on the treadmill. I used to look at pictures of, I don't know, Beyonce, Britney Spears, you know, people of that nature. So I looked at these pictures, and then I also had quotes on the wall. So as I was exercising, I just put on my music and I just stared into all these pictures on my wall and all of these quotes saying, I don't know, you could do it, or, you know, at the end of the road. I don't know. I can't remember now, but these are the things that got me motivated, guys. You know, putting somebody in front of me of how I would picture my body to look like was important to me, because I knew that I just wanted to do it this time. I knew that I was sick of being in this fat suit, and I wanted to make my body like somebody that I had envisioned. Um, and also something that I had said previously in my other videos, you know, one of my earlier videos too, is that I also had to put my family aside for about a good, I don't know, year, you know. I, you know, it was very hard to do. And of course, after I had finished doing what I had to do, I felt bad about it. But I dedicated myself 110%, meaning that I didn't focus on anybody else but myself. And at that time, my son was, I don't know, I believe 3 or 4 years old, and he was just in pre-K. So my husband took on the responsibility of, you know, cooking and doing homework with him, and cleaning the house and taking care of himself. You know, I simply asked him, I need to do this. Give me a year, you know, let me focus on myself, you know. So I had that big, huge thing inside of me that, you know, I feel guilty, and I'm making up for it, of course, now. So I'm spending as much time as I can with them. But that was basically it. And then of course, YouTube has a major, major, major effect of how I got so motivated, you know, and posting every week. I think at that time my weigh-ins was on Thursday. So I can't say enough how YouTube was responsible for me being so motivated, and just documenting my journey and learning from other people. And then as time went along, I caught accountability partners. Just from YouTube alone, you'll get to develop friends, and then with that friendship, you could, you know, ask for their phone numbers, and then you guys could communicate via telephone. And one of the things about communicating over the telephone is that you get to send them picture messages of the foods you're eating. I don't know how many calories you ate a day and how much water you took, and so forth. You know, you got to be responsible for knowing how many calories you take a day. I really didn't count calories, but my meals were basically the same thing every day, so I knew exactly how many calories were going into my mouth a day, and I stayed under 800. I probably did it one time, and that was something. I was very consistent with my foods. I didn't really change it up. You know, I was pretty boring. So I pretty much knew every day how many calories I was getting in. Also, something to get you motivated is downloading apps from your telephone. You know, there's so many apps now. I have an iPhone, and there's just so many apps out there that could track your calories, could track your measurement, could track your weight. I mean, so many things. Right now I have an app doing helping me out with my C to 5K program. You know, I have somebody in my ear, like a trainer, telling me, oh, well, now it's a minute, now start running. You know, there's just so many apps like that. And to help you, there's apps that you can even scan the barcode in the back, okay, of whatever you're eating, and it'll tell you directly, this has so many calories and the carbs and protein and stuff like that. So you need to be accountable by doing that. Get responsible. Start knowing exactly what to do. You know, of course, count your calories, count your protein. Know beforehand everything you're going to do. And have I gotten off track? Yes, I have. Big time. To the point where it scared the hell out of me, to the point where I didn't know who I was anymore. I believe 2011, I took a big, long break, a year break, and I wasn't exercising. I wasn't motivated anymore. I lost track. I was eating, carelessly. I didn't care. I wasn't, I just had lost focus and I was eating whatever, wasn't getting my water in, wasn't getting the food down. I mean, wasn't getting the proper food nutrition down. I started going out and eating fast foods. So there was a point where I didn't care, and the main reason why I didn't care was because the first year is very vital, and you put so much into it, like maybe a year and a half, I guess the most. You put so much of yourself into it, of exercising and dieting, that I think eventually I had gotten tired. And then I had plastic surgery. So my plastic surgery didn't go so well, and I had to take a break from exercising. And that's when everything became very, very, very twisted, where I guess, became lazy with exercising from taking such a long break. And first I had gotten a tummy tuck, and then an emergency tummy tuck, and then I just had to keep on prolonging the exercising longer and longer, and then I just became lazy that I didn't want to do it. And then I just had all these other things coming along, like I had to move, I bought a new house and I was moving, and then my job relocated, so then that was another move, and then I had my sister's wedding. 2011 was just full of everything, and I just didn't dedicate myself to doing anything, and I just became lazy and I lost focus. And then I regained focus from joining a group on Facebook, of course, and they have been keeping me on track. So accountability again is by finding people who are struggling just as much as you, and getting all together and helping each other track foods, tell them each day how much you're exercising, take pictures, send it to them via Facebook, via text messages. And that's how you just get motivated all over again. And it's just like something clicked all over again in my head. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I see other people doing it, and they're struggling just like me. You know what, then I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna prove to them and to myself that I can start all over again, like I did in the very beginning. So, and that's how you do it, basically. So that's my video, guys. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas. Take care. Bye bye.